Meanwhile, I'm really happy. I'm really excited about your conference. I might be a special guest as you call me, but you are very special to us too and to me, because you've been our preparation center for more than 12 years now, as Ruxandra said, and a Cambridge examination center. So for those teachers that don't know you, let me introduce you to them as being one center with double hats that could be a wonderful partner. And I'm going to explain this a bit later in my presentation. Let me just try and share my presentation. Okay. You should see just fine now, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Perfect. So I'm Aniela. I've been working for Cambridge Assessment English for as long as Twinkle has been collaborating with us for 12 years. And today I'm going very briefly to give you a short business card for Cambridge Assessment English for those that are new teachers and want to get to know us better, together with a presentation of all our qualifications for students. I will also, let's say, focus on the recognition, local recognition and international recognition, as it is our, let's say, pride. And I'll mention some resources, although the purpose of my presentation is not necessarily to, to give you detail on them. I will only enumerate them. And at the end, how you can become a Cambridge Preparation Center, or how you can help the school you teach at to become a partner with us and, of course, with Twinkle. Now, before I introduce the qualifications, let me tell you only a couple of words about Cambridge Assessment English, the department within the University of Cambridge, which was launched in 1913 with our first exam, which today we call C2 proficiency, our top range examination. It's a certificate that you, dear teachers, might also consider taking before starting to teach towards C2 proficiency. So in about, more than 100 years, we've managed to deliver all over the world more than 55 million examinations. And by doing so, we've always helped and supported not only the assessment process or extremely high standards of assessment, but also high standards of teaching and learning. With us, everybody is happy, your students, you as teachers, your students' parents, and all the institutions that associate their names with us. Now, why are we so prestigious? Because of the quality of experts, about the quality of work that our experts have always managed to provide with, and also because we are basically everywhere in the world. We've got more than 30,000 examiners all over the world. We've got more than 2,800 examination centers, and today Twinkle Star is our host, is one of them. Thank you, Twinkle, for building up this number. And we've also got more than 52,000 registered preparation centers. And dear teachers, if you don't know what a preparation center is, please bear with me, because towards the end of my presentation, I'll give you the definition, and I'll also show you how you can become one, you as a teacher or you as a representative of the institution you work for. Now, every step of the way, it has been our motto, because indeed we want to cover all the levels according to CFR, and we've been supporting, as I said, everybody, teachers, students, parents, professionals. All our exams can be visualized here on this slide, and where you can also see a perfect translation between our certificates and the CFR. You should also know that the CFR book was elaborated with the help of the experts at Cambridge. So we were there when we, and we supported the elaboration of the drafting of that book for English. And you should know the CFR now has become extremely popular all over the world, not only in Europe, although it is a European product. Why step by step? Because as you can see, we support everybody to progress gradually and with the right amount of emotional, intellectual, time and resources, effort and investment. So we do not encourage people targeting C1 advanced, for example, as their unique qualification or unique target in the process of learning English, because that would be too much of an effort and too much of an investment at the same time. So we do encourage taking each certificate, preparing and taking each certificate at time. We also recommend that the preparation should include between 80 to 120 hours of preparation, which doesn't mean necessarily preparation with you, dear teachers, but exposure to English and English official materials to prepare towards one level. Now, as you can see, our exams cover the entire CFR, and the Ministry of Education in Romania have already recognized all our certificates according to the CFR levels, with one exception, and perhaps it's very easy to find that exception, is the pre-A1 starters, young learners, the first young learners test. Nevertheless, I strongly encourage you to teach towards starters, because teaching starters is extremely rewarding. And as Ruxandra said, you can be a phenomenal teacher, especially if you can manage to teach young, very young students. Congratulations again, Twinkle, for your success. Now, all our certificates except for pre-A1 starters have been recognized by the Ministry of Education, and you as teachers should be informed very well on the recognition documents, on the recognition legislation, and this is what I'm going to show you immediately. So first of all, A1 movers and A2 flyers have been recognized by the Ministry of Education to replace for those students holders of such certificates to be exempted from the admission test in the 4th grade, so that in the 5th grade they can study in an intensive English class. I've always informed all students and teachers and parents that although our certificates have been recognized by the Ministry of Education, and you'll see the document right here, sometimes these certificates may not be used, because if there are, let's say, 30 candidates with certificates, with Cambridge certificates, then, and the class, that respective class has got only 25, then the teacher or the principal, the school principal may think of including a different test or different criteria to select only 25 out of 30. This doesn't mean that the exams are not, the certificates are not recognized by the ministry. It only means that administratively speaking, sometimes they might not make the difference when students have to register. Now, in terms of A2 key, B1 preliminary, our next certificates in the CFR, they've been recognized by the Ministry of Education to replace the test that students normally take in the 8th grade in Romania in order for them to study in a bilingual or intensive class in the 9th grade secondary school. Well, these certificates, as all our certificates, never expire. So regardless of the moment when your students take the exam and get their certificates, they will be able to use them in the 9th grade. And with B1 preliminary, they will also be able to use it to get exempted from the baccalaureate recognition. Can you please mute yourselves? Thank you very much, because I can hear a lot of people chatting, which is, I'm okay with this, but perhaps the rest of the 200 teachers attending are not. Thank you very much. Okay, so I was talking about B1 preliminary. B1 preliminary is the first certificate in the league of certificates. I'm just waiting for you to mute yourselves, please. Thank you. So the first certificate that students may use to say goodbye to the baccalaureate exam. I know that some teachers believe that B1 preliminary is too preliminary for the baccalaureate. Well, I am here to reinforce the message that B1 preliminary can replace the baccalaureate, which is just normal because according to the legislation, the Ministry of Education in Romania can only grant a minimum B1 and the maximum B2 for all students that graduate from the secondary school. So it's just normal for B1 to be the first certificate exempting students from the baccalaureate linguistic test, and you've got the list here and the legislation. If you get these questions from parents, please refer to Twinkle or to me directly, and I will forward to you the entire pack of legislative documents regulating the recognition for all exams. If you have further questions, again, refer to Twinkle, or you may also contact me. My contact details will be at the end of my presentation. When we talk about recognition is also important when it comes to universities in Romania, and off the record you should know that all universities in Romania do recognize one or another certificate. This is something that you might want to inform your students and their parents too. Equally, international companies on the Romanian market are also very favorable when it comes to CVs including certificates, starting with B1 preliminary. So if you're curious about the recognition, there's a very user-friendly engine on our website, cambridgeenglish.org/ro, where you can select the country, select the type of institution and the exam, and you'll be displayed with the full list of institutions recognizing that specific Cambridge certificate. In terms of resources, as promised, I'm going to be very, very quick because I don't have a lot of time, but amongst the resources that you might consider very useful, there are placement tests. You need to know, you need to be a very good professional when it comes to placing your students. I know that if you work in a public school, even if the placement test, let's say, the results are different, you still have to work with a group of mixed abilities, which is quite okay, but because we help you and there are resources that will enable you to teach mixed abilities. Nevertheless, I think it's just a symbol of professionalism for you to administer placement tests. And on our official website, you have one for young learners for primary school, one for middle school and secondary school, one for adults, and one for business. So very user-friendly placement test. I don't have the time to show them to you right now, but if you're curious, you may try them, and we want you to try them. You'll have a very clear indication of which exam your students should start preparing. Then a bunch of lesson plans, very well adapted to the current epidemiological conditions, to teaching online, very well adapted. So they are lesson plans written with 2 columns if you want, most of them. What you can do in class when we're back in class and what you can do online. Extremely effective lesson plans that you can use regardless of you preparing students for Cambridge exams or not. Then we've got a bunch of digital resources for you, digital resources for students, and documents to use while assessing if you want to continue your teaching alongside Cambridge path. So test your English is the placement test. Lesson plans can be found here. I've just got some print screens. If you're curious, you can contact Twinkle, or you can also contact me and I'll have my presentation handed over to you. Okay, as you can see, digital resources, lesson plans, sample papers, teacher guides are really important, videos, vocabulary lists, everything you need to know and everything you need to have as professionals towards Cambridge certificates. Okay, just a couple of examples. I'm going to only quickly scan through them. For students, I'm a big fan of the apps because they love them. Different platforms, and of course official preparation materials published by Cambridge University Press, because their specialists are actually our specialists. Same people writing the preparation materials also write the exams. Okay, let's not forget about parents, because you teachers are in contact with them maybe more often than we are, Cambridge or even Twinkle. So you should know how to answer these questions and how to direct them towards the right places on our official websites to get information and also activities for their children, from games to social media activities and sample papers. Some examples, as you can see, currently there are more than 176 free activities for all levels, for all types of skills or, let's say, language structures. One of the apps is Quiz Your English. It's an amazing app. If you haven't heard of it, you should try it yourself before you recommend it to your students. It's really, really fun and effective. Audio drama is something else that you can recommend. Then Cambridge English TV, our dedicated channel on YouTube with everything you need to know. Write and Improve is a platform that I adore, and students too, and teachers too, because it saves your time. You can get feedback, professional feedback, and with a level on your students' writing. It's a platform that gives you feedback in a matter of seconds. So please, as you can see here, you've got the level after you've got it checked, and a short uplifting message with some recommendations of improvement. Another resource that I absolutely love is English Vocabulary Profile, where you can get all sorts of filters for you and your students to get the entire collection of words ever used in a Cambridge exam at a certain level. Fabulous tool, I recommend it. Teacher guides are also quite new and very popular. You can find out everything you need to know about assessment, professional assessment, and how Cambridge assesses and how you should assess if you want to prepare your students towards Cambridge exams. Then you've got also a fantastic document converting practice tests into the score. So if you want to be, let's say, quite accurate when you advise, when you recommend a student should or shouldn't take a certain exam, you may want to use this document. Again, if you're curious, just let us know and you'll have all the documents sent to you. Now, other tools, other platforms that you may use is Cambridge Together. It's a product developed together with our partners, Cambridge University Press. You'll find there additional materials, additional digital instruments accompanying the course books and the preparation materials published by Cambridge University Press, together with the World of Better Learning, a blog that is also developed by us, Cambridge Assessment English, in collaboration with Cambridge University Press. Two fabulous links that you might want to take a look at. Our official website is cambridgeenglish.org/raw. If you choose the /raw version, you'll also have a feeling of what we do in order to adapt our content to the local market for you and for your students and for their parents. All right, now, as promised, the next part of my presentation is related to what a Cambridge Preparation Center is. Well, it may be any institution, but also individual that prepares and enters candidates for Cambridge English qualifications with an authorized English center. Why, you can see institution, but I've also told you individual. Why? Because there are teachers that do not work for an institution, or they do work for an institution, but they prepare students at home. So regardless of your legal status, because this is quite an often frequently asked question, so regardless of the legal tag that you've got, you may be a company, SRL, a persoană fizică, or nothing of this. You may just be a teacher. You may decide to prepare your students, and after that to enter your students, so to help your students through the registration process. And if you do so, the moment you register your first candidate, you will become a Cambridge Preparation Center. So this is why is this fantastic. I'm going to show you in the next slides why this is fantastic. But for now, I just want you to know that this event and the entire event today is hosted by Twinkle Star, and they are an authorized exam center. So if you are willing to become a Cambridge Preparation Center, you may take the opportunity today and ask Twinkle in the chat or during the break times or whenever you want in the Q&A, ask them questions on how you can become a Cambridge Preparation Center via Twinkle Star, following their registration process. Now, this is an authorized center, just for you to get to know Twinkle a bit better. You have the possibility, the opportunity to contact Twinkle today if you are already in the process of preparing some students for Cambridge exams. All right, now why becoming a Cambridge Preparation Center? That's a good question, because most teachers just prepare candidates and then they tell their candidates, go register wherever you can. Well, because once you become a Cambridge Preparation Center, you'll have access to updates. You'll be the first to be updated, and resources that otherwise you might not find on our official website. So some specially dedicated sets of materials, including sample papers that have been designed for you as preparation centers. We want to show our partners that want to be our partners officially, that we want to support them, and that we can do it, and we want to and we're also good at this. Now, you'll also have access to an online results survey, so you may actually get access to your students' results before getting the certificate, which is most of the time 2 to 3 weeks earlier than the rest of the people. I mean, if you let your students, you prepare them, and then you let your students register, you won't have their results as fast as if you were a Cambridge Preparation Center. Then you will also have the fabulous opportunity to use the logo we prepare for Cambridge, our official preparation center logo, which of course may be used on all sorts of materials to promote your schools. If as an individual teacher this might not be very appealing now, who knows, maybe in the future you may start your own business. You may want to start private language school. So then it's good to have already a record through Twinkle as partners, and to promote your school as a professional, as a partner with Cambridge for an extended period of time. So that's the reason why we want you to benefit from this logo and to use it. So as an individual teacher, you might not be inspired by this now, but you may be inspired by this in the future. If your professional plans do not include starting up business, then that's that would be very nice of you to support your school, the public state school, to become a Cambridge Preparation Center, because this will add prestige and professionalism, and it will definitely change the standard of your schools. I've got some schools in Bucharest, because I'm based in Bucharest, and I've been working remotely online since the lockdown, since Corona started. So in Bucharest, there are some prestigious schools, and when I went there and talked to the school principals, they told me, hey, my school is already fabulous. Everybody knows us. I said, yes, everybody knows you, but at a certain point, parents will be more careful and will say, well, this is a fabulous school, this is another fabulous school, but guess what? This fabulous school is a Cambridge Preparation Center, whilst the other one is not. So I want you to talk to your school principals and to involve your colleagues in the teacher's room in this process of becoming a Cambridge Preparation Center, which include only registering students to our Cambridge exams. Now, you'll also have, as a Cambridge Preparation Center, different other benefits, like attending special events, not only in Romania, but also in Cambridge. You'll be delivered with some marketing materials that you can use with your students, with their parents, or other professionals. A chance to win a 2-day trip to Cambridge. We have a competition every year, but unfortunately, because of the lockdown, this is on hold for the time being. And also, you will be part of a rewarding loyalty program delivered by us, Cambridge Assessment English, but also by Twinkle. I'm pretty sure they will give you more information about it a bit later during today's event. So this is the logo, and you may use it to your benefit or to your school's benefit. We, as a Cambridge Preparation Center, will always be there for you from the beginning of the year, academic school year, up to the end, when we want to celebrate success together. So you will get a Preparation Center newsletter with the local and global updates, as I've already mentioned. And we will be there for you to, when you want to organize award ceremonies and celebrate the certificates together with parents and students. And if this is not possible due to, I don't know, due to Corona, or due to who knows what other predicaments we may be able to oversee in the future. But if this is not possible, we will help you with congratulations videos that are adapted to your institutions. This year, for example, just to have an idea, I've made approximately 20 congratulations videos that have become very popular, and people, parents, teachers, students were very, very happy to receive them and to watch them. Okay. Now, you will also, as a preparation center, I still have 3 minutes, Dana, if you can confirm to me with voice, because if I open the chat, I will never finish reading it.
Yeah, that is correct, Aniela.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So another thing that you might consider when becoming a Cambridge Preparation Center is that you will be able to get performance reports, because you'll have access to the Cambridge Preparation Center portal, and you'll have their results, your students' results compared to the country and to the world, which is very uplifting, and it also makes you become that modern teacher that is also pensive teacher, reflexive teacher, reflecting on what has done, what you have done well, and your students, and what you should still improve. So it's an excellent resource as well. This is our official website. I just want you to remember it, and this is my contact. You can take a picture, but I'm pretty sure if you're interested, Twinkle will send you my presentation. I will make sure they have it. Now, before I go, I would like to let you know that in today's program, Sarah Ellis, our very, very dear presenter, Cambridge Assessment English manager, will present to you Cambridge English Qualifications for Teachers. So if you're interested in developing yourself professionally, please attend Sarah's presentation. She's supposed to start at 1:30, and she'll tell you everything you need to know about celts and celtp, together with a brief introduction of teaching knowledge, tests, celta and delta. All brilliant teachers' qualifications if you consider developing professionally together with us. If you also consider becoming a Cambridge Preparation Center, or you've never prepared students for Cambridge and you want to start with, also let us know in the chat, because Twinkle Star is going to take care of all the messages from you. Just let us know in the chat if you're willing to develop professionally and to do celta, celtp, or even delta, and if you want to register candidates in order to become a Cambridge Preparation Center. Now, if you've got questions, I still have 1 minute to answer. You may unmute your mic and activate your camera. If not, thank you very much for being with me, for bearing with me. Further questions, I'll take them online by email, or you may also ask Twinkle for clarifications. Thank you. Enjoy today's event, and congratulations, Twinkle, on your initiative and on you always making sure the Romanian teachers get up to date and get informed well from us. Thank you. Good luck and congratulations.